artificial intelligence.
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence is causing a disruption all over the world, forcing many things.
So you might not realize it, but in the last 10 years, AI has been a quiet part of our lives. It controls the feeds we scroll, it helps Uber drivers navigate traffic, and it even decides which ads you get to see. And in recent years, with the rise of generative AI, what used to be in the background has now shifted to the center stage, changing how we live, think, and even work. But is this shift a good thing, or are we biting off more than we can chew? In 2022, a World Economic Forum study showed that the biggest areas to see a shift due to AI would be education, safety, and employment, all in a space of 3 to 5 years. But is Nigeria really ready for this change? To understand this, I had a conversation with Victor Famubodi, the head of advisory and government relations at Itana, who also happens to be a widely referenced expert on AI and digital adoption in Nigeria. But what about on the consumer aspect, or on the consumer side now? Are there things that they can do on their side to better position themselves so as to not get left behind?
As a consumer, you are looking at this technology and you're telling yourself that, oh wow, this technology can literally do almost everything that I would normally do. OpenAI released Deep Research, an agent that is capable of doing almost everything a consultant will be able to do, right? So if you work in management consulting, I'm so sure you'll be wondering what is left in my job to be done.
As opposed to just telling the impact that this has on consumers, we prefer to actually show you. So we took this to the streets of Lagos, starting with Unilag. So what's the last thing you did today that involved AI?
Okay, yeah, actually, my exam is next month, so like I've been studying. So I'm just type of person that when I read, I do a lot of research. Like if I don't understand a single word, like I'm up there. You feel me? AI, you know.
Okay, so we're in a class and the lecturer asked a particular question and I had no idea about it, so I just had to like quickly use AI and it gave me the answer straight up. I was trying to understand a very tricky question and I was able to get answers by getting answers from AI, basically. I use AI 100% of the time I'm studying, so it would really affect me. I can't study without AI.
We've heard from students about how AI is helping them study more effectively. Now we are curious to see how it's playing a role in the work lives of professionals. So we asked them, do you think relying too much on AI could eventually cost you your job, or could it actually make you better at what you do?
I don't think humans are in danger of losing their creativity. I mean, take for instance, who writes the AI script? Who are the guys in charge of the LLMs, the large language models? And also who are, the prompt engineers? It must have taken like a high level of, intellectuality and some sort of requires high level creativity to be able to do all of that.
AI is a model. It works in a pattern. Humans, we have the ability to put a lot of things into context in terms of our creativity. You put moment, event, activities, situations. This gives us individuality.
I think it can improve and expedite how we do things, but taking away human creativity, I don't think that's possible.
How often are you using it? How often are you depending on it? Are you letting your own style, are you letting your own voice come out when you use AI? So for example, if I say I want to write a story and I check for prompts on AI and then the entire story is filled with that prompt, it means that AI has taken all of the creativity away from my work. But if I use it and I take only like the most important parts and I allow myself actually work on it, I use my own voice, you can still hear my experiences in that story, then we will not lose our creative process to AI?
I don't think that AI can completely obliterate, humans from the job that they do. Can it assist? Yes. Can it help to upgrade the kind of work that we do? Yes. But I don't think it will take our jobs completely.
So Nigeria's AI market is projected to grow from $285.40 million in 2025 to $1.62 billion in 2030. But we can't ignore the bigger picture here. See, economic trends and government policies are already shaping how people adopt AI. But we must ask ourselves, are we embracing this the right way? Are we simply just following the hype?
Quite a number of people on Twitter say things like, oh, we've not solved power issues, we've not solved the internet issues yet in Nigeria, and we shouldn't be talking about AI adoption. But we could as well have said the same thing when GSM or the internet became mainstream in Nigeria. A lot of countries in the world, think of global superpowers, and even those that are not as popular or not as dominant, are making inroads with artificial intelligence. Across Africa, for instance, we have South Africa, we have Egypt, we have Tunisia, and I think Kenya, who have done a bit of legislation or groundwork around artificial intelligence and adoption in their countries. So it's going to be out of place for Nigeria, given its position in the African tech ecosystem, not to have some form of government support for the adoption of artificial intelligence. Even when you look to the West, you would see that, yes, they have a very strong industrial base, but one of the key problems is the fact that AI is now moving at a speed that they obviously need to actually catch up on. And then they're trying to rejig what that industrial base would look like, or probably retweak it in such a way that they are considering having the right social contract, right, to be able to enable people, right, and businesses and owners of capital and also labor to be able to, ensure that they can enjoy the dividends that AI brings. So for Nigeria, what we need to look at is the fact that if the West, they are also doing this, or even China or every other country, it means that for us that even have a weakened industrial base, we need to be able to be more bold. So initiatives that I would consider is looking at things like free zones, for instance, right? Free zones are jurisdictions, they're like delineated enclaves that help to power different kinds of industries and businesses. And I think that's what we'll probably need to succumb to if we really want to rapidly improve on the adoption of AI across, Nigeria. For a consumer, you see this technology, you have to be able to understand the trends. You have to invest time, understand the trends. I was speaking to a friend that is a product manager, right? And we were speaking, extensively around, AI and what that means for his job. And I said, see, there is nothing that is as bad as you understanding that you can also become an AI product manager in a specific, domain. People know you for this. People know that you are able to, adapt both your knowledge around this field and then AI. So that augmentation, it needs to, that augmentation between AI and human needs to be much more, as a consumer, you need to be able to embrace it as much as possible.
Whether we like it or not, AI is not going anywhere. And that might even be a good thing. We Nigerians, we've been known to be resilient and super resourceful people, even in the face of struggle. AI is not the enemy. It is coming, whether we like it or not. But if in 2025, your biggest fear is that AI will replace you, then you need to start asking the right questions.
You're not going to lose your job to AI. You're going to lose your job to somebody who uses AI.
So here's the real question. How can we make AI work for us without losing what makes us human in the process?